Okay, so we had the premiere episode of Total Divas. This one, of course, deals with, you have Nikki, her relationship with John Cena. So shortly after Cena's divorce was finalized, they kind of got together. They deal a lot with them, ironically. And as well as Brie and Brian, who have a very more crunchy existence. You know, where they show John getting Nikki a Range Rover, they show Brian and Brie walking an awesome dog, and talking about going to the farmer's market, and having this really kind of simple life, even though they're both superstars. Also do with the Funkadactyls. One of them is dating one of the Usos, the other one is dating kind of a regular guy. So, a decent amount with them, too. And then Ava Marie and JoJo, who are the new girls that get brought in. As well as Natalya. Ironically, when you hear Natalya talk, she's like, yep. Yeah, I suppose it's a great Mania match, but my match got pulled so the Bellas could wrestle. I trained the Bellas. That's okay, I'll spend time with my family at least. No. They want me to walk around Eva, Marie, and JoJo. And train them, so that way then they can surpass me just as easily. So Natalya very much has this... She's got some saltiness to her, which, I'll be honest, she's probably the best in-ring diva currently, and she's not even being remotely used. And then Sergey phone calls me, like, okay, you're going to walk these two new girls around. Alright, fine, I'll walk them around, okay. Alright, I'll show them the ropes. And this is the lead-up to WrestleMania. If you remember, Mania initially had a Divas match with Natalya and the 8-person tag match. If you watched Mania, you might have noticed something. They pulled Natalya's match earlier. Skin cancer. Stitches. So they pulled her match earlier. If you watched WrestleMania, you might have noticed they didn't even have a Divas match. Apparently, the Punk-Undertaker match went long, and therefore they didn't make time for the Divas match. So, Brie and the Funkadactyls pretty much are in the Gorilla Zone, the stage right before you go out onto the stage, and then they're told their match is cut. So that part is unique to see the actual, backstage world of everything going on. The bit with Eva Marie where the Bellas were like, you kind of look like me. Well, actually, Nikki was like, you kind of look like me, so you need your hair dyed. First they wanted to go blonde, which kind of took up Natalya, and they decided to go red. Okay, now that means they've been with the company since WrestleMania. We just now saw them on TV a week ago. Ava Marie has an absolute horrible delivery. And after finish having watched this, John Cena comes off like a ridiculously likable guy. He does. Everyone I've talked to, I don't like John in the ring, but they say John outside the ring is probably as cool as you can get. He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. Daniel Bryan just seems like he's the sort of friend every guy needs. They're walking a little dog. His girlfriend, who they're out ring shopping, they're walking there. She goes to the farmer's market to cook things at home. They show their place, and it just looks relaxed and comfortable. John's got a mansion. They've got an apartment. So that aspect actually kind of nice. It was unique seeing. I think she's dating John, which is, he's Jimmy Uso, and it was unique seeing one of the Usos and the Funkadactyls. And they're like, "So what are you trying to do?" "Oh, you're trying to do this?" And he just breaks out a dance routine right then. And I was like, wow. Makes him a pretty cool guy. I will say this is actually a pretty interesting show. But this one, of course, led up to WrestleMania, so there's a lot of great information they could pull from. And I guess next week they're going to kind of go into, I think Ava Marie might be trying to dance and things with Fandango. And the other relationships they're going to have, actually, we'll see Tyson Kidd on TV. Ironically, I think they show him on a couch. So not him in a ring, but probably just him on a couch. So actually it was pretty decent. It was unique to see them outside of their character roles. And I'll have to say, from the Bellas, Nikki and Brie, personally, I don't think I could stand Nikki in real life. Brie, on the other hand, super down to earth. The two of them were having a lunch, and she was talking about going out ring shopping with, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. And she was like, pretty nice. You know, me and Daniel are going out, like going ring shopping. She has very much like subdued makeup, and the two look. They have a similar facial structure, but you can tell one is a lot more like high maintenance, and the other one is a lot more down to earth. So out of the two, I'd probably say Brie sounds very interesting. I wish they'd probably do a little more with her and Bryan Daniels. But I guess with John Cena being the top dog, it makes sense to put him more of the focus currently. All in all, not a bad show. I will say this though, I hate establishing shots with a passion. I hate those bizarre 45 seconds of something and then 30 seconds of they're in Miami, so here's random Miami shots. And here's like, you know, a yacht on the boat, or now we're in New York and here's random established shots in New York. I hate those. I really do. Just say where they're at and go to it. It seems like it's like a 45-minute long show with about 15 minutes of just the random establishing shots.